A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of Industries with Big Stone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is a topic that I've been longing to touch for quite some time, but I never did really get a chance to come around to it because there's so much things happening here in Jamaica. But this really bothers me, and it has been bothering me for years. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, Jamaica have what we call all-inclusive hotel, which simply means a tourist, a guest from overseas, can call into that hotel, book their stay for 2 days, 5 days a week, or forever how long. And then when they get to the airport in Jamaica, a vehicle will pick them up, take them to the hotel, and that will be the last they see of what is Jamaica. Occasionally, they might go on a bus tour to a particular tourist attraction, but most of the time is spent behind those walls of the hotel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read to you an article that came out in one of the newspapers today about the all-inclusive model, and this came out today, which is November 28, 2017. And it comes from a very unlikely source. And I'm going to read this to you, ladies and gentlemen, so you'll have an opportunity and an idea what I'm talking about. U.N.W.T.O. Ed calls for Caribbean to rethink all-inclusive model. Secretary General of the United Nations World Tourism Organization, U.N.W.T.O, Talib Rifai, says the Caribbean cannot continue to pursue all-inclusive resort development if tourism is to play an integral role in the development of the region's state. Speaking on day 2 of the Global Conference on Jobs and Inclusive Growth, Partnership for Sustainable Development at the Montego Bay Convention Centre, St. James, Tuesday, Rifai underscored that all-inclusive resort had become similar to modern-day plantation. We cannot continue to build 5-star hotels in 3-star communities, he underscored. We are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. That is a very important message we have to keep in mind. You have to continue to lower the walls between the host communities and visitors. We cannot let our visitors live in bubbles. That is not acceptable anymore, he said to rousing applause. We cannot continue to promote modern-day plantations in our own countries called exclusive resorts. That is not the model we are looking for at all. The Secretary General emphasized that in the final analysis, tourism is about the development of people and called for communities to be empowered to play a greater role in the industry. Rifai also called for greater partnership with the private sector in tourism, noting that the sector will not achieve its sustainable development goals without closer collaboration with private businesses. We cannot achieve community empowerment without full cooperation of the private sector and the owners of infrastructural businesses, he said. The Secretary General added that in order for the sector to garner more attention and receive more help, it has to demonstrate its relevance to other sectors. Building walls between nations is not a solution at all, he said, pointing out that the conference is an opportunity to address those issues. Delivering the keynote address at the opening of the conference, Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Onis, also underscored the importance of people in tourism. Onis said, creating a tourism industry that enhances opportunities for local communities to leverage their cultural and natural assets and benefit from employment in tourism activities will help to achieve inclusive and sustainable growth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've always said this. When they brought in this all inclusive, I'm saying What does the tourist benefit, or how does the tourist benefit in coming to Jamaica? You know, Jamaica is advertised based on our reggae music, our culture, our food, and of course, our landscape. What the all exclusive tourist industry did was to take the food away from the small man. How do they take the food away from the small man? Let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. When a tourist comes into the island and a bus picks up that tourist at the airport, that tourist never see the light of Jamaica unless he's transported again by the hotel to some hand-picked or designated tourist attraction. Gone are the days when you used to see tourists come to this country, jump on a regular bus, interact with the natives, because that's why they come to Jamaica. They don't come to Jamaica to stay behind four walls. They come to Jamaica to listen to the music, enjoy the sea, enjoy some sex, and of course mingle and learn the language from the native Jamaicans. A lot of people are suffering. Look at the craft vendors who spend many long hours owning their skills, crafting these objects, and to have them in their shops gathering dust. You know what the hotel industry does, ladies and gentlemen? They go out into these now poor communities and they buy these carvings at a very cheap price from these people who are actually starving to get a sale. And they take them back behind these four walls. And you know what they do, ladies and gentlemen? They charge the tourists an arm and a leg for these items. How can the small man survive in this country when tourism is what helped to bring money to Jamaica? The poor is always the one that is suffering. And we ask the question, why? Why cannot government, and I'm not taking sides here, I'm speaking government in general, and I don't care whichever one it is. I'm talking about the plight of our people. Why can't they not ease the pressure off of the poor man? Why they have to be breathing down the backs of the poor every single day? If it's not new taxes, it is new laws. If it's not new laws, it is crime and violence. Everything affects the poor man. And you know what it does, ladies and gentlemen? It drives the poor man to be even poorer still. I'm saying to the government, it is time they banned outright all exclusive hotel, because all exclusive hotels are not owned by Jamaicans, they're owned by foreign investors, and they take all of that money out. They pay their workers cheap labor. I've been to some of these, and I really don't want to call no name, ladies and gentlemen, but I've been to some of these sophisticated, all-exclusive hotels. And the poor who works there, they can't even take home a slice of bread. All that food that is cooked is dumped. All that food that they cook on the buffet and all that, they cannot even eat from these tables, ladies and gentlemen. Can the poor benefit when they work for minimum wage and the rich becomes richer every single day? That U.N.W.T.O representative speaks facts. He speaks about these all-exclusive hotels as modern-day plantation. Jamaica, it's time for us to wake up and smell the coffee. Release our people from the bondage that they have our people under. Release our people, because people are suffering every single day as we speak. This is just my take on it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, and I do hope that you all can have a great day. Thank you.